Tell us the secret.
Okay.
Like you can still eat.
Okay,
in the night, but still have a good sleep.
this is the secret.
Okay.
All right, for me, to keep my muscle exactly like it is, baik, selamat pagi. Kita jumpa kembali di Gaya Hidup 50 Plus. Hari ini dengan Bro Bayu dan guest star kita Tom.
Halo.
So thank you.
Selamat pagi ya.
Selamat pagi ya. Selamat pagi. Thank you Tom for accept the invitation to be the guest for the Gaya Hidup 50 Plus.
Today it will going to be different because we will talk in English.
Yeah. So sorry guys, my bisa bahasa sedikit, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Tom. What you call, the lifestyle for people above 50? We are going to explore about healthy lifestyle.
Yep.
And also the how to consume a right nutrition for the body.
Yeah. So, okay. I don't believe it's just when you hit 50 you should start worrying. I think we should start worrying at an early age. At an early age, yeah. You've got to control your calories, your salt intake, your fats. Like not just 50, before 50. A lot of people like start running marathons and doing triathletes at 50, which is not healthy. You've abused your body all your life. All of a sudden, let's get fit at 50. It's not a good idea. Slowly wins the race. We have to get the food right first, and then we slowly get the fitness, yeah?
All right. Well, what you call, I checked your profile.
Yep.
Before 42, your lifestyle, what you call addicted to alcohol and drugs.
So, growing up from 17 until about 30, I was a bodybuilder. I competed in some shows, and I had a mentor, Sammy Ioannidis, who was a very, very close mentor and personal friend of mine, who won Mr. Universe 3 times. And he taught me about lifting weights, but not only about lifting weights, about food and nutrition, how important it is, and not to be fearful of food. Don't be scared of the food, yeah? And then when I got into my 30s, I gave up sports and I became addicted to alcohol and drugs for many years. And I put on 22 kilos.
So was before, 22 kilos more to the...
Yeah, so I was pushing, I'm only 5'5". I was pushing almost 90 kilos.
90 kilos, yeah?
Yeah, it was big. My stomach was out here. My face was like, I was bloated, yeah?
What actually triggering you? From the sport addict, then suddenly changed to that.
Drugs and alcohol. I got addicted, and then we wanted to have a child. I already have a 28-year-old daughter, and we wanted to have a child. And I went to the doctor's surgery, and because I've been in shape all my life, I knew I was in really bad shape. And when I came and lived in Bali, all my friends had pools and everything, and I would never take my shirt off. Yeah, no, I was embarrassed the way I looked. I knew I had man boobs, a big fat belly, because I'm used to having that Calvin Klein underwear model look, yeah. And I lied to my friends that I had an ear infection. I couldn't swim. I did that for many years, and I would never take my shirt off in front of the mirror because I knew I didn't like who I saw. So fast forward a few years, I went to the doctor's surgery, and for the first time in a long time, I jumped on a set of scales. And I nearly collapsed. When I looked, I was 89.9 kilos. And I'm like, oh my God. And from that day, I made the decision. I'm qualified in sports science, nutrition. I've competed in bodybuilding. I've worked with some world champion athletes. I knew what I was doing, but I just lost my way. So I thought, let's go back to basics. And from that day, I made a conscious decision. And for 4 years or 5 years, I've remained in shape. I've lost, now I sit around 68 kilos.
So what the exercise and what the eating habit you changed during the shifting?
Okay, it was very daunting at the start because, everybody wants that quick fix. It just doesn't happen. Well, like to walk back into the gym and see all these people in shape was daunting, but you've just got to like, a lot of people are embarrassed when they're overweight to go into the gym. but no one really cares. No one's looking at you going, oh, look at that fat person in the gym. Like, I walked in and I had self-confidence issues because of the way I looked, and I was wearing oversized clothes. I just grinded, and I cut out sugar, alcohol, drugs, and I got back to the basics of nutrition. So my daily routine was super strict, like military precision. Back to the bodybuilding days, back to the super strict health and fitness days.
How long then?
Huh?
How long?
4 or 5 years I've been doing that.
Wow.
Yeah, like
And you have
military.
you do it from yourself without any coach or
I don't need a coach. I'm an expert.
all right.
Yeah, so I know exactly what I have to do. But it's not as easy as you sound. You've got to find out, like, it's all about calories in, calories out. And when you talk about calories, people get scared. What's a calorie? People don't understand. I never understood before I got trained. I never knew. Someone says, oh, you have to eat 2,200 calories a day. I thought, how am I going to do that? I don't even know what a calorie is. So nowadays, they've got calorie counter apps. And my clients, I tell them to, like, they say, what do I eat? And I say, look, it's no good me setting you a diet and you just following it off like a student. The goal is, if you work with me for 6 months and we lose 10, 20 kilos, I want you to understand what's in the food and how many, like, I can look at a piece of chicken, 200 grams of chicken is roughly around 300 calories.
Okay.
One boiled egg is 67 calories. One egg white is 17 calories. Cup of rice is 220 calories. So I know, I'm programmed to know exactly what's in food. So that's what I tell my customers. I want you to learn about what is in the food. Yeah? So my typical routine, my typical diet, I eat a lot of food. People freak out how much I actually eat. But my eating's clean, right?
Clean me.
Yeah.
Clean, like this is my daily routine.
Yeah.
I wake up, I eat the same thing mostly every morning. I love the same thing. I have a 5-6 egg omelette with only one yolk.
One
One yolk,
And the rest
is white, yeah?
Okay.
Because one yolk is 67, so I have one yolk, 6 egg omelette. I use 1 teaspoon of olive oil, only olive oil for cooking, not because coconut oil is carcinogenic and it's high in saturated fat. It's healthy oil for the heart. And I just cook it in olive oil, one omelette. I have 1 piece of roti,
Yeah.
1 piece of bread.
So is it a special bread?
No, no.
Not a
Bread
gluten-free.
doesn't matter. Breads are carbs. Carbs are carbs.
Okay.
Yeah, so 1 piece of bread doesn't matter if it's gluten-free, this free. That's all. I don't believe in all that.
Good to know.
That's rubbish. Absolute rubbish. 1 piece of bread is an average of 67 calories. That's all it is, calories. Food is a calorie, yeah?
Focus is calories.
Calories, yeah, calories. So bread's a carb. So I have 1 piece of bread, I have my omelette, and I have 1 strip of bacon. I love bacon.
You can still eat.
Yes, of course. Look at this. Look, bacon's in my hand. I have 1 strip of bacon, eggs, and I have a handful of cherry tomatoes, and I put one teaspoon of chia seeds for fiber.
Chia seed.
Chia seeds.
Oh, cheese seed. Yeah.
Chia seeds.
Chia seed. Yeah,
It's like a wonder. It's like a wonder seed. Yeah, it's good for cholesterol, good for fiber, and it's got full of vitamins.
Yeah.
So I have that every day religiously, and a black coffee, and a few glasses of water.
So morning is like consumption of your calories, what you call.
That calories. That sounds like a big breakfast, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's 350 calories maximum, which is equivalent to one muffin at McDonald's.
1 muffin in the McDonald's.
Yeah. And look how big my breakfast is.
Yeah.
People go, whoa, that's the same as those tiny little muffins at McDonald's. And then in between breakfast and lunch, I have a serve of fruit, any fruit, like watermelon, apple, whatever fruit, seasonal fruit. Just a small fruit salad. Yeah, because that keeps me from snacking on sugars. Yeah, and then for lunch, I have usually a white fish fillet. I have 200 grams of white fish. I have green beans, asparagus, any sort of green vegetables. Vegetables cannot make you fat. You could have 1 cup of vegetables is about green beans is 20 calories.
20.
People think, if you don't cook them, if you boil them, pan fry them, a little bit of oil, it's 20 calories. So you can have like 2 cups of green beans, which is a lot of green beans. 1 piece of fish, and half a cup of rice.
half spin like 100, eh?
Yeah, 100 grams. 100 because 1 cup of rice is 220 calories, so half a cup's 110.
110, eh?
The fish is 200 calories, so that's 300, and the green, so that's another 350 calories.
See, the good thing is that you can still eat rice. I mean,
Of course.
rice.
Like people think, oh, you eat rice, you get fat. Bullshit. Right, can I say bullshit on this?
Yeah.
Bullshit. Yeah? I've been training a girl in Jakarta. Oh, I can't eat rice, you get fat. I eat rice, am I fat?
Yeah.
But. There's no buts. It's what people have been brainwashed to think.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that meal I have at lunchtime, I have the same thing another 2 times.
But you really control the amount of
200 grams,
Yes.
200 grams, half a cup of rice,
Yes.
green beans. That's a big portion.
Yeah.
I have 3 of those a day, plus my breakfast,
Yeah.
and then before I go to sleep, I have some fruit salad. And all that's around 2,000-ish calories a day.
Yeah.
It's a lot of food. Most people say, I can't eat that. I'll get fat. Rubbish. And another myth in the fitness industry, you've been brainwashed by the media and sports personalities, you get fat if you eat at night. Load of rubbish. Not
Yeah,
true.
I mean a lot of, what you call source. I mean, if you eat at night,
No, not true.
it's like
Not true.
Tell us the secret.
Okay.
You can still eat
Okay.
tonight.
This is the secret.
Okay.
All right. For me, to keep my muscle exactly like it is, I've worked it out. My body needs 2,500 calories. Without doing
A day.
A day. I won't put on weight, I won't lose weight. That's my calorie maintenance. I can eat that at 6 in the morning, 9 in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, whatever. There's a 24-hour window to consume those calories.
Yeah.
This is a myth. Oh, you get fat at night. I eat if I skip a meal, I have a full meal before I go to sleep. Yeah?
Okay.
And then this is the best part. This is the best part, yeah? This is the trick. We call calorie banking. This is the trick, which is good.
Yeah.
If I go for a walk, like I do my gym training every day, 6 days a week, that's an hour and a half. I don't take off training. A lot of people use those apps and they go, I went to the gym, I burnt 800 calories, I can eat a donut or I can go to McDonald's. Or just get that out of your head. Like, forget about that. I tell my customers, if you walk for 30 minutes in the morning and at night time, we can have a 500 calorie junk food snack on top of our daily requirement. Mine is Doritos or cheesecake. I have it every day.
So it's mean like 2,500 calorie a day. You can still have junk snack.
So with it 2,500 calories,
Yes.
I've earned that.
Yeah.
That's what I have standard. When I do my walk,
Yeah.
I burnt 500 calories walking for an hour or
Yeah.
2 hours, right? So with that extra, I call it calorie banking. I have a piece of cheesecake or I have a bag of Doritos, and that doesn't affect my daily macros.
Okay.
Understand?
Yeah.
And people go, but I'll get fat. No, we won't because we've burnt that off.
Yeah.
But just trust the process. That's the secret.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
But then, out of this, all the food that you eat,
Yep.
then you still need to do a workout, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
If my maintenance is 2,500 calories. If I don't eat that cake and Doritos and I want to lose weight, I don't have to go for a walk or run or anything. I go into a calorie deficit. I eat 300 calories less, and in 2-3 weeks, my abs are ripped. But it's not a healthy way to do it. You're better off, like mentally, you're better off eating more food.
Then exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on my eating plan or following this, you are never hungry. Like a lot of people go on these soup diets, caveman diets, paleo diets, stand on your head diets. That's all bullshit. The wheel's already been invented, you know? The wheel's been invented. These are just modern day hipster myths, these diets. And then people go, the wedding diet, the I met your girlfriend, and their diets, these people buy off these influencers and celebrities who get paid millions of dollars to do it, and they go on for 12 weeks. And they torture themselves. They maybe lose 5-10 kilos, and then they stop and go, "Oh, I can't." It's unsustainable. You know, you can't do that for the rest of your life.
It's nice, huh? The sustainable. That's the key word.
Consistency.
Discipline.
Consistency never fails. You've got I don't call it, when my customers, I don't call it a diet. I call it a healthy eating plan. Let's get rid of that word diet because people get, oh man, it's not a diet. Let's get It's old-fashioned, that word. Poof. Let's go into the future.
Healthy eating plan
Healthy eating plan for life.
for life.
For life, not for 12 weeks when you meet your new girlfriend and you've got to go on holiday diet or the wedding diet. The bride wants to lose 10 kilos.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's another good one.
What is your comment about the secret pills? Some shortcut
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, that makes me laugh.
I mean, what
Okay.
you call
Okay.
believe on the shortcut.
All right, so-
having one pills and all problems
Okay.
solved.
If there was a secret pill or a secret powder or secret everything, I'd be a billionaire. Everyone would walk around with a six-pack. That's so good. You know how many people have got a six-pack in this world? 5%. We call them the 5% club. I'm a member of the 5% club. Most people haven't got the tenacity, the consistency, or the discipline to get there. And they think, oh, I saw The Rock on the TV. He has a 10,000 calorie cheat day. What a load of bullshit. It's bullshit. And what is he trying to sell? That's a hook to get you in to buy his protein powder, this fat burn. That's all rubbish. It doesn't work. If it worked, we'd all be just sitting at home, drinking Bingtangs, eating McDonald's, and we'll just take all these powders and we'll sit there, oh, with The Rock. Well, they're rubbish.
Yeah.
There's no shortcuts. All it is slow consistency and clean eating and working it out. It's like we have to work out where your calorie maintenance is. So if I sign you up as a client, I'll look at you and we'll start you on, say, mine's 2,500 calories, but you're sedentary, which means you don't really work out. So we'd start you on something like 2,200. So you're not starving, and we'd go for 2 weeks and then weigh you and see what's happening. What happens? You're losing weight, putting on weight, and if you plateau, if you start plateauing, then we work out that's your maintenance. 2,200 calories is your maintenance.
So every people have different.
Yes,
standard of
everyone's
calories.
different.
How to calculate? I mean, like, is it?
It takes a little bit of time.
Okay.
It'll take about a month to really get it. I can go up to 3,000 calories if I up my cardio. So that means eating a lot of food. Like I eat a day a kilo of fish, 20 eggs, just the whites.
A kilo fish.
1 kilo of white fish fillet.
What is it?
1 kilo fish, 20 telur, yeah, but only two yellow or none yellow.
Yeah.
I have 3-4 pieces of fruit, up to 2 cups of carbohydrates, which I alternate weekly. Rice, potato, or bread even. Like if I get sick of eating rice, pasta or potato, I'll eat maybe 2 baguettes a day.
Spaghetti.
So people think, oh, you eat bread, you're going to get fat. Rubbish. It's just calories.
Yeah.
So a lot of people want to lose weight, but they're fearful. They're in a negative mindset. They might have put on in a marriage or a relationship, or they've had a trauma in their life, and they've comfort ate. I've done it. Drug addict, comfort ate, had people die. All of a sudden I'm 10 kilos up. It's easy to put on weight. It's really, really easy to make poor choices. And once you start eating and getting fat, you don't really care. You just start wearing oversized clothes. Or you pretend, oh, the laundry shrunk my clothes. So we have to get, like, what I tell people, let's change our mindset, get into a more positive mindset. So my routine, I do it religiously every morning. It doesn't take a long time. It takes me 30 minutes. When I get up in the morning, I'm not a religious person. I believe in the universe. So the first thing I do, I drop on my knees and I pray for 30 seconds. I just pray to the universe. God, grant me serenity to accept the things I cannot change. And I pray and I say, guide me, blah, blah. But I don't know who I'm praying to. It's a God of your understanding.
Yeah.
And then after that, I get up and I get my bearings, and I like to do it before anyone gets up in the house. I need peace and quiet. So I get up half an hour early before my family. And I sit down and I have a journal, a daily journal. And I write 5 to 10 things what I'm grateful for. A gratitude list. We call it a gratitude list.
Yeah.
I'm grateful today because I have food on the plate. I'm grateful today I'm doing this podcast. I've been asked to podcast. Whatever you are you grateful for that day. Then after that podcast, then after you've done that, you sit. I don't like to meditate. I'm not a meditation person. So how I do meditate, I just sit and I'm mindful. I just sit in silence and I just think about how I'm going to remain positive. And I listen to usually two self-guided motivational speakers in the morning. I like Jordan B. Peterson, David Goggins, and a couple other guys. I listen to 5-10 minutes. What I'm having while I'm cooking my breakfast. I listen. Go. You can do this. You can do this. So you've got to change your mindset. You put on weight, and you've lost self-esteem. Nobody wants to put on weight. As soon as you put on weight, you think, oh, I'm fat, and you start. You won't look at yourself in the mirror. I know, I've been there. I still have body issues. If I lose my no, it's just you've got. It's a constant thing, but you have to. The first thing you got to do, you got to love yourself. Number one. If you don't love yourself, it's an uphill battle.
Yeah.
So mindset, but it's not just. You've got to work on it every day, and I use mirror therapy as well in the morning. Prayer, journal. Sit for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, and then look myself in the mirror and I tell myself I love myself 5 times. You know, it releases all that childhood trauma or any trauma you've got, and you feel happy.
Yeah.
And then put into practice during the day, when you walk outside, engage with people, look them in the eye and say, Selamat pagi, Pak. Because that little old lady, who's all hunched over, she might not have a family.
Yeah.
And and then she's all hunched over and she looks up and she breaks into a smile and that makes you feel good. Because maybe no one said hello to her for 5 years.
Exactly.
And so it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
And that sets you up, wow. Yeah? That's how I do it. When I go for a walk in the morning, I engage with the public. You know?
You really like start to make a conversation.
Yeah, I just look in the eye, the head's down, I go, Selamat pagi, Ibu, Selamat pagi, Pak, and they look up and they think, wow, and you see them break into this smile and you get this big warm glow inside and it sets your day up. So you've done all your things, you've got home, your family's getting up, you're about to make breakfast and you're glowing inside. You're already like, woo! You've got this nice warm glow about yourself.
How difficult, for the audience to start like your lifestyle?
It's not difficult. Hang on. Is there a Superman logo on my shirt? Is there? Am I Batman? Am I a Marvel superhero? I'm an ex-drug addict. If I can change my life around, you guys can. It's not hard. It's a simple diet, simple practice. In the morning, you can take 30 minutes out of your day to pray, meditate, journal, do mirror reflect, go for 30 minutes. That's an hour. Set your alarm clock an hour early. Get off social media in the morning instead of getting up and checking your TikTok, your Tinder, or whatever you're on, the Snapchat, WeChat, and WeChat. Don't even turn the phone on in the morning. Leave it off. Yeah?
I think one thing I like about what Tom's saying is about looking at yourself in the mirror.
Yes.
It's actually like you appreciate yourself, right?
Of course. Telling yourself you love yourself.
Yeah, this is very important
because a lot of people, we're all caught up in all this technology, and everyone's going 100 million miles an hour, and blah, blah, but no one's taking self-care, self-love, self-care. It's very, very important. You have to take you're head of the family or head of something or whatever you are. If you don't take care of yourself, who's going to take care of yourself? Self-love, self-care, and if you're happy, it radiates happiness to everyone else.
And then you say that you go out and see the people, and then you say hi to them. I mean, like, this is the point when you like the people. Then something that
and your whole life changes. It's very hard to be angry. It takes a lot of energy to be angry and negative. I've been there. I've done it. I've been there, done it, been depressed, locked myself in a bedroom and taken it. Like, it takes a lot of energy. It's so much easier to be nice. You just walk outside and look at someone and break into the. When you see them smile back at you, you feel $1 million. And then after a while, I walk the same route. Everyone knows me now, and they all smile and wave at you. You become friends, and that's it's old school. No one does it anymore. Everyone
And when you start to see people, and then when you start to make eye contact, and
then I always go I was in a recovery center, wellness center. I just came out. I spent 30 days in there. We did therapy all day. It's the first time I've actually done anything like that before in my life.
Where is it?
In Ubud, Kembali recovery
this
center.
Is for the drugs or
I had a little problem. I had a little slight relapse, and I know, and I just wanted to, before anything happened badly, I put myself in a 28-day program with 4 guests. It's anonymous, so and it's not that far from here, and that was the best thing I've done. That was the time out was for me to reset my brain and be happy again. because I had a few deaths in my family and a little bit of trauma, and we've all suffered with COVID-19 with finances. You know, businesses have gone bankrupt. We've lost money. We've lost friends. A lot of bad things have happened. So I got a little bit of I was still training, but my mindset was negative. So I had to kickstart that. And unfortunately, the second day out. But this is how positive it's made me.
How do you see the accident as what you call from the positive angle?
I'm sitting here smiling. But before I went into the Kimbali, I was a little bit negative. I'd be, it's all blah, blah, blah. I'd be so negative. But when I was in the hospital and I've done the accident, I was smiling thinking, well, let's turn a negative into a positive. And I just trust, I call it trust the process. I'm working online. I'm creating new businesses. I'm sitting here smiling. Like, it's acceptance. It's no good sitting here, oh, my leg's broken, oh, what am I going to do, oh, my life, blah, blah, blah. It's a waste of energy.
I think that's the key, acceptance. Yeah?
Acceptance, and I've learned that from you Indonesian people. A lot of Indonesian people, their lives are falling to shit, they've lost everything, and they're like, oh, well, and that's a beautiful thing, and a lot of Westerns can't do that.
That's we call syukur.
Yeah.
Syukur. Even we have like a bloody shit accident, we're still
the positive. and I've got a lot of respect. I've lived in Indonesia for 9 years, and you know I have an adopted Indonesian son from birth, and I would love. I try to embrace that. I look at Indonesian people and think, oh my God, I wish I was that just calm. It's like Zen. Yeah. Some people are just like Zen. Nothing bothers them. There's no road rage. You'll sit in the car. You say, "Doesn't this bother you?" No, I just sit and meditate, which is a beautiful thing. Yeah. And that's what we all need to get back to: the old school basics. Let's stop the rushing and all this social media bullshit. And then the young kids these days, which really bothers me these days, which I can see there's going to be a problem in the future, is body dysmorphia. Yeah, do you know what body dysmorphia mean? It's like a mental illness. I suffer from it a little bit. We see people on social media. Yeah, they're heavily filtered. Kardashians and I don't know, all like
whatever is there.
Like pumped up lips. They're all fully enhanced. Filters to make them look skinny.
Yes,
they're all on hormones, and they're telling you, "Oh, I got this body drinking this slimming tea or taking these tablets." And these young kids believe it. They believe it. They go on the Instagram or Snapchat or what is it, TikTok, and they see all these guys with six packs. Yeah. A lot of it's fake. It's the cameras. But a lot of guys are. But when you look at the guys on TikTok, right, there's only 5% of the population looks like that, and they're all famous. And everyone thinks, I want to look like that. He's drinking a protein drink. He told me if I buy his program and I take that protein drink, I'm going to get that. And then they get disenhanced, and then they start injecting themselves with hormones and peptides. It's a real worry for the future with these kids.
It is true.
Yeah.
I think as a parent, we need to control.
Yeah, you've got to control it because it's just. And then it's not only that, adults as well. We're looking, thinking, look at him, 50 years old, and he looks amazing. He's Botoxed up. It's a big problem for the future.
I think the problem is that when you look into the social media, you never know how long they have to work on you, right? Like what you say, you get this body, discipline.
Like
you don't see it.
Especially movie stars, Yeah. Movie stars been paid like 20, 30 million to do a role, like let's say The Rock, what's his new one called? Black something? I don't know, he's like some superhero, and he's put on like huge amounts of muscle. But you got to remember, he's in training for 6 months for that movie role. He doesn't look like that. He's peaking for a 1 week photo shoot. So he's on steroids, which he believes he's not. What's a load of rubbish? He's on steroids. A guy at 58 years old cannot build that much muscle. It's impossible. He's got a dietitian. He's got everything in place. And then for that 1 hour movie shot, he's dehydrated with water and everything to look ripped. You can't. It's unobtainable. Yeah. And these young kids see it. Go, The Rock drinks his protein powder, drinks this. I'm going to look like The Rock. And this is what these kids are brainwashed into thinking, which is not right.
So, what is the simple tips for the audience who want to shifting
Let's forget about all the social media. All the bullshit you hear online about the secret tablets, the blue pill, the red pill, the stand on your head diet, the soup diet, the cabbage diet, the don't eat after 5 p.m. diet, the keto diet, the caveman diet. There's millions of them.
Yeah.
They didn't exist back when Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the day. Yeah, remember Arnold Schwarzenegger? How big he was? And it didn't exist. It was the old-fashioned plain food. A supplement. Protein powder is a supplement. It's not food. It's been made in a factory, engineered, full of chemicals. It doesn't replace real food. It's a supplement.
Yeah.
You only take it, hence the word supplement, if you're too busy. One day a week or so, you're in a rush and you can't cook, so you'll have a protein shake. But it's not food. You know, it's not human food, so let's cut it all back. Simple. Fresh vegetables. Fresh fruit, fresh meat, lean meat, chicken, anything lean. Cut the fat off. You can still have bacon, but one strip a day. You're not having a whole packet. Bobby Gling, once a week, not every day. Who doesn't want Bobby Gling every day? Yeah, but you can't. You just don't torture yourself. Keep it simple and get away from refined sugars. All these drinks, get rid of. Don't drink the iced teas, the bottled teas. There's 12 to 24 grams of sugar. You know that's like 8 to 12 teaspoons of sugar. Another thing makes me laugh. This IC is an IC 1000 drink.
Yes, I do.
Everyone thinks it's a health tonic. That's a lot of rubbish. It's a drink that much. It's that big, and it's got 12 grams of sugar in it. That's 4. I think it's 2 tablespoons of sugar in that, and it gets promoted throughout Asia as a health tonic. It's rubbish. It's diabetes tonic. That's what it is.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So get rid of all them. Drink water at the tap. Infuse it with lemon and put herbs and spice. Put herbs and make it fresh mint. And at the start you're like, it doesn't taste like that can of Coke I'm drinking. But after time, your body will get used to it. Yeah. And then when you go back and you have that can of Coke, oh my God, that's so sweet. So we need to retrain ourselves. Get back to the basics. Fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, fresh meat. Non-processed food. If it comes in a packet, leave it in the packet. Yeah? Read the labels. It's full. Like you read the label. It's supposed to be meat. Hang on a second. It's got about 15,000 chemicals in it. It's not meat. It's like Asians especially. You've got to diabetes here is insane.
It's scary actually. Yeah.
Like they take fruit juice and add sugar to it.
Yeah, that's so bad. Yeah.
Or the sugar I've seen on the tables here. Like if you go to a Western country, when you go get sugar, the sugar in the takeaway, it's 1 teaspoon. Here I think it's about 2. I think it's 2.5. It's a huge packet. I'm like, what? And people are putting 2 in there.
Yeah.
That's 5 teaspoons of sugar. Sugar's the killer. Diabetes. Yeah, we don't. Cut it out.
Yeah. So that about the food. What about exercise? You can
exercise. Okay. If you've never exercised before, let's just start gentle. I don't run. I'm too old to run. Knees, injuries, we're 50. We're not made to run. We're not the Terminator. We're not half, we're not robots. So all I suggest, you get up in the morning, don't walk during the day when it's hot. So get up in the morning at 6:30 and walk for 30 minutes. Just gentle walk. Just a good, like a walking dog pace. And at night time, try and get in a routine of walking just on sunset, yeah? So, sunset, yeah? When it's cooler. And you walk through the rice paddies, walk if you're in nice nature, and it's therapeutic, yeah?
So as simple as that, huh?
Simple as that.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to go to the gym and build muscles, just change your eating plans, yeah? I recommend, I recommend you guys downloading an app. It's a free app. Wait, I have to get my glasses because we're all over 50s here. Downloading an app called I use, it's called My Net Diary, yeah?
My Net Diary.
My Net Diary, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
So it's a free app. So I'm on only 1,600 calories a day at the moment because I can't do any exercise, so I don't want to lose weight. And it logs in. Yeah, so you can see.
Yeah, sure.
It's a free app, and log in your food and learn what you're eating. You think, a lot of people think nuts are healthy. Nuts are really high in fat. Like I can have like I told you, my whole breakfast before, or you can eat eight little almonds. It's the same. So people think it's not. So I'd rather you learn what's in your food, how many calories is in a portion. So my goal is to eat as much food as possible for the least amount of calories.
Yeah.
Keep yourself satiated. You don't want to be hungry. And if you do snack during the day, guys, fresh fruit. Sugar cravings, have an apple, an orange, a mandarin, mango. It's full of sucrose. It tastes sweet. Don't juice it. You lose all the vitamins. Just cut it up and eat it fresh. That's how I control my sugar cravings. I have watermelon. I usually have watermelon, orange, apple, and frozen banana. Because the frozen banana tastes a bit like ice cream. If you get a really good trick is get the really overripe bananas and put them in the freezer, and they don't go hard. They stay soft, and when you eat them, they're the little tiny ones.
Yeah.
And it's really banyak manis.
That's a good fix.
Yeah. And my wife didn't believe me, and we did it last night. She went, "Oh my God, it tastes like ice cream."
Okay.
Yeah,
New tips,
that's a little tip. Yeah.
My daughter, she hates banana, but she loves ice cream. So I tried it.
But you got to get really overripe.
Overripe,
Because when I went to the local fruit guy, she goes, "They're overripe." I said, "Don't worry, we put them in the freezer." She goes, "No, just trust the process." Put them in the freezer last night to get someone else. She goes, "Whoa,
Ice cream.
it tastes a bit like ice cream because it's overripe. It's so sweet, and they don't go hard. They stay soft.
Yes,
They're still soft.
So it's a little trick.
And the price in the market for the overripe, it could be like half price.
Lebih murah. So get back to that. So balance your food out. Like instead of eating 2 or 3 big portions, eat 4 small portions over the day, and that'll stop you snacking. If you eat, like a lot of Indonesians eat 2 meals a day.
2 meals a day, yeah.
2 meals or 3? 3 meals?
Yeah.
Make 5. Stretch it out. Like my portions are only small, but it stops me from snacking during the day. And if you do snack, eat 3 portions of fruit in between meals. Instead of the kentang goreng, my junk Doritos, my Doritos is my love. And I'm not a chocolate lover. Doritos and cheesecake are my love. But if I snack during the day, I have fruit. It keeps my sugar cravings down because sugar's the worst. Yeah, so fruit.
Right, and fruits is easy.
You cannot get fat eating fruit. It's impossible. You can eat a whole watermelon. You can't get fat eating. You can't get fat. You know.
Very inspiring podcast, Tom. Thank you for sharing the what you call the ideas how become like healthy. Baik, terima kasih Tom, terima kasih Bayu. Salam sehat selalu. So I want to say, if the audience would like to visit your social media.
Okay. One thing I'd like to tell you first before I plug my Instagram. Yeah. See here, it says Nike. Doesn't say superhero. Yeah. I'm not a Marvel superhero. Yeah. If I can do it, you can do it. It's really, really, really simple. Don't get confused. And a lot of people are scared to start because they don't understand. But if you want me to help you, I'm more than happy to help you. Visit my Instagram, Doogs Fitness, DOOGSFITNESS, Doogs Fitness. And check my story because I usually post what I eat during the day, but I also post motivational quotes. Yeah? But guys, you can do it.
Terima kasih, selamat pagi dan salam sehat selalu.
Salam sehat, terima kasih.
Terima kasih.